Welcome to this explainer. All right, let's just jump right in. I want you to do something really specific for me right now. Look at your wrist. Seriously, hold it up and take a hard look at it. If you're tuning into this, chances are you're looking at something that's, well, kind of cute. Maybe it looks a little bit like a baby bird's leg. I know. It's a harsh reality to face. But we are here today to dig right into exactly how to build absolute steel grips in iron forearms. And the very first step is confronting the reality of what we're actually working with.
Section 1. The skinny wrist truth. It's time to face reality.
So you've probably heard it a million times, right? Having tiny wrists is just a curse of bad genetics. Well, you are right about one thing. You literally cannot grow bone. Unless you happen to be Wolverine, that wrist bone is staying the exact same size forever. It is totally fixed. But here's the absolute game changer they didn't tell you. The meat around that bone, the actual muscle tissue, absolutely does grow, and it is 100% under your control. Right now, the brutal truth is you don't have forearms. You've got noodles. It's time to drop the defeatist excuses and figure out exactly how we transform that meat.
Which brings us to the logical next step, right? How do we fix this noodle situation? Do we just stroll into the gym, grab a dumbbell, sit on a bench, and pump out hundreds of wrist curls? I mean, that's the standard advice everyone has been fed for decades. You want bigger arms, you curl a weight. But the research we're breaking down today completely pivots away from that conventional wisdom.
Because, and this quote just totally eviscerates the traditional approach. Doing those standard dumbbell wrist curls is, quote, like a grandma knitting a sweater. It's slow, it's gentle, and it is entirely the wrong kind of stimulus if you want real, monstrous forearms. We need to wipe this slate clean. Forget the standard gym advice. We are going to dive into 3 highly unconventional, absolutely brutal methods to fix those baby bird wrists once and for all.
Section 2. The rice bucket torture. An ancient fighter secret. Wait, did I just say rice? Yes, I absolutely did. This isn't some weird joke. It's a legit method used for generations to build unbreakable hands and forearms, and it uses nothing more than a deep bucket filled with everyday, uncooked rice. So how exactly does this work? Step 1, you stab your open hand deep down into the center of the rice bucket. Step 2, you crush the rice. Step 3, you relentlessly twist, grab, claw, and squeeze those grains. This is not a passive movement. The physical resistance of the tightly packed rice forces every single tiny muscle, tendon, and ligament in your hand and forearm to fire at absolute maximum capacity. And you're going to do this for a full 3 minutes of continuous, agonizing work.
And to actually hit the required intensity for those 3 minutes, you need the right mindset. As the source material aggressively suggests, imagine the rice owes you money. Or, better yet, imagine it's your ex's neck. You have to attack this bucket with absolute malice. If you execute this correctly, with enough aggression, your forearms will burn so badly that by the time the 3 minutes are up, you literally won't be able to hold your phone to skip the rest of this explainer. It is pure torture, and it is highly effective.
Section 3. Thick grip survival walk. We want monster grips.
So, why are your forearms still incredibly small even though you might already lift heavy weights in the gym? Well, the answer actually lies in your equipment. Standard gym bars are universally designed to be comfortable for average hands. But we don't want average here, we want monster. And here is the simple, totally brutal solution. You don't need expensive, specialized equipment. You literally just wrap a standard towel tightly around the bar. Make it thick enough that when you reach out, you can barely close your hand around it. Your fingertips shouldn't even be touching your palms. Once you have that artificially thick grip established, you perform what is called a survival walk. You just hold it, pick up the weight with that ridiculously thick grip, and simply walk with it. Because your hand can't fully close, this completely changes the physics of the lift. It forces your grip to work absolutely overtime just to keep the weight from crashing down to the floor. It transforms a basic, simple walk across the gym floor into an absolute battle for survival for your forearms.
Section 4. Hanging until absolute failure. The gym bros are right.
Now I know exactly what the gym bros are thinking right now. Bro, just do pull-ups, just hang from the bar. Well, the truth is they are actually mostly right. Hanging is fantastic for forearm development. But the problem is, the execution is usually completely flawed. Because this is what standard execution looks like for most people. 10 seconds. You jump up, hang for 10 seconds, drop down, and think you actually did something productive. The reality is pretty ruthless. That is nothing but a pathetic warm-up. A 10-second hang is not going to stimulate any real structural growth in the meat of your forearms.
And the gap between what you are doing and what should be doing is massive. On one hand, you have the pathetic 10-second warm-up. On the other, you have the zone of true growth.
And true growth only happens when you hang from that bar until your hands are violently shaking. You don't let go when it gets a little uncomfortable. You hang until your fingers are involuntarily peeling off the bar, one by one, just because your muscles have absolutely nothing left to give. That is absolute failure.
When you reach that point, your body will panic. Your arms are going to vibrate and tremble. But the rule here is super simple. Embrace the shake. That intense shaking isn't a sign of weakness. It's the physical manifestation of your forearms finally receiving the stimulus they actually need to grow. The shake means it's working.
Section 5. The priority rule. Treat it as a priority. So we've got our 3 unconventional weapons, the rice, the towel, and the bar. But just having the right exercises isn't enough. You gotta know how to deploy them. Here is the golden rule. Do it first. Do not leave this for the end of your workout when you're exhausted and just want to go home. If you want those noodles to turn into monster forearms, you must treat them like a priority. Do these exercises at the very beginning of your session when your energy is highest, or dedicate an entirely separate training day just for them.
Which brings us right back to where we started. I want you to look at your wrist one more time. Still skinny? Yeah, of course it is, because you haven't started yet. Knowing about ancient fighters' secrets and survival walks doesn't build the meat around the bone. Only action does. So what's it going to be? Are you going to keep treating your workouts like a grandma knitting a sweater, or are you finally ready to build some iron?